I see you gather before me. Hungry.
安安呢？杰洛特，这不就来了吗？我看一下，顺便看一下画面。好。现在会转圈否？被冷冻好一阵子，有吗？没有吧？应该没转圈吧？看起来应该是没有吧？好啦，如果转圈了再跟我说啦。不会转圈，好。哎呀，我今天终于买了我想吃很久的麦当劳了。昨天的台断在好奇怪的地方。对啊，我有看到。我那时候才讲话讲到一半就断掉了。后面好像还有5分钟吧，就是其实也没什么啦，就是我在卖东西之类的。我还想说，哎呦，你们怎么就是讲晚安的时候，刚好就是我说要关台的时候，我就想，哎呦，你们怎么不延迟啊？然后回去看了一下，断掉了。你们还是延迟的，哎。昨天网路就怪怪的没。以为我是找到尖角了，没有哦。那个尖角真的，我从来没有碰过第2家跟它一样的，我觉得很伤心。我超想吃它的尖角的，可是它都不开了。我觉得大概是原本卖尖角的老人家生病或过世了，然后他们小孩没有要出来，没有要继续接手了。我觉得应该是这样子。我们来冥想一下好了，冥想1小时，亲自下厨做做看。可是我不知道它的馅有什么调味料啊，我只知道它里面有很多冬粉，然后豆腐，一小块一小块的那种豆腐，那应该算豆干啊，然后跟韭菜跟肉。难道要做黑暗料理吗？我不是很想要。我现在的任务是什么？妖鬼的巢穴吗？愚人之笼吗？我现在要做主线吗？昆特牌，死都不要玩昆特牌，完全不会玩。今天我要嫁给你，这是什么？找到法兰。 45等，哎，这个我可以解了。记得有一个很麻烦的在哪里啊？哦，雇佣骑士啊，哦，这个真的超麻烦。这个我50等再来解好了，保险起见。先解一个这个好了，把这个解一解。凭感觉跟自己备料没问题的。我怕我做出了一坨我自己也不想吃的东西啊。诶，好像没有很远，用走的好了。哎，杰鲁特，小巫妖。
What now, you piece of filth?
怎么40等的小巫妖这么软？哎，看怎么还有一只啊！我还想说为什么他都不给我捡，原来是还有一只哦。贤惠属性呢？我这个属性很少啦，不用想了。这里怎么这么多小巫妖啊？很烦啊！硬 A。
Our guests, never a good omen.
真是怀念的怪。哦，幽冥犬，好运。猎人小屋，把它当袖签带玩。可以的，只是他的膝盖没有袖签带有力。
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm, a message, trying to tell me something.
想要告诉我什么
？None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right.
我都忘记这里是要打什么了。
Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
网页的铺浪不给留言，只能用程式的。啊，可是我网页的好好的欸。
What a pigsty.
怪怪的哦。
Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva.
为什么会不给留言？
White's obsessed. Real collector. Thoroughbred.
这妖鬼喜欢收集汤匙。
spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table.
这是什么？污损的日记。这几天以来，我一直觉得头昏昏的。我以前从来没有过这种感觉。虽然我一直讨厌巫术和魔法，但如果持续下去的话，我就得找草药医生了。头昏没有好转，现在又有头痛，有时候痛到眼睛都看不见。我去看草药医生了，是一个长相令人作呕的老太婆。看我的眼神像看到怪物一样。她给我什么奇怪的药水，要我一天喝2次，一点用都没有。今天我像平常一样看镜子，结果吓到说不出话来。通常我照镜子是检查脸上有没有皱纹和眼袋，今天是没有皱纹，但有皱纹我还高兴一点。我的胸前在长毛，太可怕了，一定是因为那该死的草药。我去找草药医生，要砸了他的招牌，但他的房间都空了，他一定知道我会这样，就跑掉了。我的家人开始怀疑了，虽然我会把毛剃掉，但是越长越快。我一直不想胡思乱想，但是克制不住。也许这不是草药造成的，是我有一次赶走了老乞丐，对我下了诅咒。我一定要找到真相，我必须找到一个可以救出那草药医生的人。我不能思考，写字越来越难了。寂寞，没有家人，吃我要吃，没有好汤匙，汤匙都空了，没有能吃，痛。镜子说谎不要，然后是一堆的啊，好。
Poor girl realized she was changing into a monster.
小女孩
Recorded it in her diary. Poignant.
可怜啊！刚还以为是什么先生之类的，原来是小女孩。而且真的很多汤匙，真的很多汤匙。普朗黑名单。
No spoon you have shall say to you. Whatever lives here treated that literally, still searching for the right spoon.
汤匙钥匙。
Key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector. Spoon, pretty ordinary.
纸条。
Maybe a little old.
不是很重要的纸条。
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
跟上一个一样普通。
Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It makes sense. Right on, bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him. Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface. Smacked in the head with something heavy. No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death. Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
这样很浪漫吗？腐烂中的信件。亲爱的雷瓦索尔大师，我知道你多年以来是靠追猎、潜逃罪犯为生。我有一个不寻常的任务要给你。你可能很疑惑我为什么会要你来到这里，为什么我们不能亲自会面？其实以我现在的状况，亲自出现是很危险的，不是我危险，而是与我见面的人有危险。这就别谈了。问题的核心是我可能被诅咒所害，有可能是以前草药医生给我的药所造成的副作用。我希望是后者，所以才会找上你帮忙。问题是我拜访他不久之后，他就消失得无影无踪。我急切希望解决我的怪病，所以才想找你帮忙。我想要你找到一个以前曾经在这里靠卖药草过活的女人， 找到他之后，问他有关他开给我的药草的事情，越详尽越好。如果我的痛苦是他造成的话，就逼他把解药拿出来，你绝不会后悔的。我很有钱，给你的报酬不会吝啬。如果我的痛苦跟这位草药医生无关，就让他走，因为这代表我受到一个可怕诅咒的影响。只有众神才能解除我的痛苦。这个诅咒一定是一个乞丐下的。他在一天晚上我招待朋友时来到我的庄园。你找到这个乞丐的话，我给你的报酬就加倍。不幸的是，关于这个乞丐的特点，我只记得他卖镜子。卖镜子，怎么跟我们上一个 DLC 打的好像？我知道资料不多，但总比没有好。我信任你的专业能力，祝你好运，马林卓斯塔马拉。糖齿狂热。
Actually does seem like a White's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here.
大锅。
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
一直在讲他是货真价实的收藏家哎。
Cauldron I was looking for. White's not particularly tidy.
哪里？哦，看到了。看看大锅里有什么。那这里有什么？算了，我等一下应该会走来这里吧。
Table's set. White who lives here is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it.
存档哎。
Spoon, pretty ordinary, maybe a little old. Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
这看起来就是要躲在这啊！这柜子这么大。哦哟，我觉得他会被发现啊！哦哟，他怎么长得这么丑啦？看你可怜，我来帮你解除诅咒好了。只见一个嫌弃丑，他真的很丑哦。
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it. tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
我人真好哎。
Just need a bit for Regis.
妖鬼煎药。
And now we'll tend to you.
那个诅咒是怎么说的
Need to get this right. Words of the curse were, none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
交换汤匙吧。
Been searching for the right spoon for years, right? But curses can be tricky. Key to this one just might be that you can't eat with your own spoon. That's why we've swapped.
如果我按错了会怎样？应该不会被吃掉吧？哎呦，你还真的吃下去了。
This isn't right. I missed something? Listen, I'm gonna stand up real slow. Gotta search the house again. Sit tight, I'll be right back. Calm down.
哎，他跑走了，跟着妖鬼走。
Damn it.
好，
Didn't work. Ate that vile stuff for nothing. Brew for Regis at least. Can't do anything for the white though, except cut it down.
只能把他杀了。只能把他杀了吗？所以我现在过去就是要把他杀了吗？真的吗？我有存档吗？这个有没有？我 Google 看看，我 Google 看看。这个是叫什么啊？愚人之龙啊。3 饭时选择不用勺子。好，我知道了。直接读档。
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. We just need some brew. Afraid we won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron. We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. You need to eat without spoons.
赌场大法感觉有点作弊，不会吧？杰洛特要吐了。
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
哦，这汤超毒，他又跑走了。我的天哪！
Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
直接说它那么臭，太坏了吧！哇，这里全部都是汤匙，太屌了吧！有没有东西可以拿？他家好穷啊，需要钥匙，汤匙型的钥匙。诶，我这时候没有拿到吗？应该是拿汤匙形状的钥匙。是吗？应该是吧。哎，结果他跑到不是我要去的地方，不是我想去的地方。他在干嘛？哎呦！ 怎么跑那么远啊？你又有幽冥犬啊！马林。
Easy, not gonna hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
哦，老太婆，我还以为会变成年轻貌美的正妹欸。好吧，熟悉的杂鱼狗狗。
I'll take you someplace safe.
幻想总是美好的。干，我还想说你怎难得会说人话，妈的！
So I took her by the hand
又
and
跟我
led
说
her
10
here.
年前才
Seemed
是。
the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
Told me her story on the way here.
Oh.
Her name's Marlena. She was once the very beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest
Then the
solutions
beer
are sometimes the
maho
last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so. But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
原来他是管家哦。我还想说我来到哪里嘞？回去找雷吉斯，看他在哪里。雷吉斯，哎呦，习惯了直接开地图传送。 感觉我吃人爽心动了，买起来，买起来，买麦当劳吃吧。那我真的超久没吃了。今天上班的时候在听 LNG 的存档，然后就刚好听到他们在吃那个麦当劳，我就好想吃哦，所以我今天就跑去买了。那个了一下。啊，我走错边了啦！我还想说，怎么一个牌子这么远？原来是我走错边。我买哪些？我是买套餐我买那个2个鸡块，应该说鸡腿排的那个，2块鸡块。因为我不喜欢吃汉堡，我只喜欢，所以我就点那个。不喜欢吃汉堡。你可以叫啊，叫外送。这样你只要点好，然后时间到了下去拿就可以了。人类。没点超过5次汉堡，跟我差不多。
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
乌鸦还真是有用。
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity. And that stands to be very, very dangerous.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True. But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby we'll be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes 2 of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mudna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Tesha Mudna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mudna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage. Sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time, never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
Little expedition's starting to sound dangerous. Think I better prepare.
I understand completely. Do tell me when you're ready to set off.
还没叫过外送，感觉好像原始人。是时候踏出第一步啦！可以叫啦，开叫开叫。再生药水。
Regis.
Ah, there you are. Might we set off for Tesha Mudna now?
走走走。
See no reason to dawdle. Tesha Mudna.
其实我什么都没准备。
In a moment. Just one last thing.
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell. One drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt. But you must remain calm. I have no choice.
一脸狰狞。
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mudna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
准备吃了几口晚餐，对。
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
You lead.
怎么有个人躺在地上？
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger. Beyond this wall lies
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Oh.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests. The mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire blood.
Tricky mechanisms. A vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once. Toussaint.
It shall always be so. During the conjunction, the gate from our world into this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
听说 Netflix 要拍新的
This for real?
兽魔
The
猎人
author
了耶！
observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. Morally suspect that it may be.
飞檐要不要看
so
啊
that's the topic.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. A great many beings have breathed their last here.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
一只
Seems
手
your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Indeed. Though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham, my tribe, and Deadloves. We both remained in this part of the world.
And this one? Which
可是
tribe's
他不知道
this?
什么时候才拍好。
My tribe, and Deadloves. We both remained in this part of the world.
他第二季才快要开拍而已。第一季不是第一季，他的新的不知道拍了没。
Four.
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My
怎
tribe,
么都
and
是一样
Deadloves.
的。
We both
啊，这个
remained
呢？
in this part of the world.
Whose is this glyph?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
What's this symbol mean?
It's the symbol of the dead. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
等待是小事，没问题的。棒！而且我超想看那个男主角的，我觉得他超帅。真的是帅到爆炸啊！而且体格超好的。
Charming place. But what are all those cages for? Mentioned one vampire being kept here.
Yes, well, You see, humanitarians is something my ancestors were not. They concluded Kagmar would best be punished if he were tormented with the scent of blood he could not taste. Thus, they also kept humans here. Humans whose blood they slowly let. Kagmar ranted and raged in pain as those humans slowly bled to death.
They treated them like livestock, live bait.
I'd like to be able to turn back time, deny it, but alas, I can do neither. Feel shame for my brethren. That is all I can do.
Don't take it so hard. Nothing you could have done about it. Let's get to work.
Well, that was awkward. Fine. I prepared the bait. Please be so kind and place it. Ideally at the tunnel entrances. The scent will spread most effectively then. Place the bait at the tunnel entrances. Monsters will catch its scent more quickly.
When I think how these tunnels got here, send shivers.
It was the natural order of things. The place reeked of death and it attracted necrophages.
好啦，你废话很多，你可以赶快进去吗？真是的，哎，放诱饵。
3 done. 1 left. Think this'll work?
快进去！
The stench is so thick, I wager it carries clear to
还
no.
在这边散步，你等一下就发狂了，还在这里散步。好了，
Bait set.
应该好了吧？
I shall enter the cage. You must chain me inside. The bars are made of an alloy that will prevent me from transforming into mist.
Kinda thought you wouldn't want to.
I shall be in great pain. My sole thought being to stop that pain. I cannot know what I will do.
锁好啊，杰洛特。
We must hurry. The beasts have caught the scent. Also, my head started spinning.
你怎么还没锁？快锁起来！
Someone who's never experienced a vampire's bloodlust does not know the true meaning of thirst.
Maybe we need a safe word.
没及时
You know,
的血
something
域
you'll。say when you can't take it anymore.
And what?
哎呦，我干！
Don't know. Calm it down. Something.
Please. You won't be able to.
哦，爆炸！
Forge to
I just smell the blood.
挤满这个血条，对不对？哎呦！这个蓝蓝的是什么？
it grows.
Good. Because I can hear more coming.
好多吃哦！我的天哪！满了啊！我也要死了。
Hold on. I'll let you out.
哎呦！打很嗨。 很多只哎，还要 K 笑啦，然后被吓跑了。好像蝙蝠啊，这个脸。
Need to hang on a little longer. Blood'll dry in a few hours. Scent won't bother you.
直接冥想不理他。
Get you out of here.
The concoction.
累。
You can't finish it in this state. Tell me how. I'll help you.
冥想真好用。
Any better?
Far from ideal. And some time must pass before I fully recover. But yes, a bit better, thank you.
Never expected it to be like that. You didn't tell me.
We need not discuss it.
But we do. Because if I'd known you were going to subject yourself to torture...
What would you have done?
Found Deadloff some other way.
I did not wish you to use any other way. Did that occur to you?
No, because I thought no being would ever willingly subject itself to that kind of pain. You vampires aren't any different from us in that regard.
I told you, the pain is my way of paying my debt. The enormous debt I owe Dettlaff. If I had to do it again, I would in a heartbeat.
Resonance. It's ready.
Are you certain you followed the formula? The proportions were exact, the brewing time precise. This is important, Geralt. The slightest deviation could cost even a witcher dearly.
Relax. Got some experience brewing potions.
Very well. In that case, let's begin.
Excuse me. I shall only take a moment.
You jumped the queue, sir.
But Count, sir, you must understand. I've a meeting. The Count...
Sir, you were next. Please, take a seat. This gentleman was here first. Step down or you shall regret it.
fails to realize he was your friend, Count.
人真好哎，这个人。
It was then I ordered him to give up his seat and step off the stand. If only you'd seen his face. We got him good, didn't we, Dettlaff? And then Mother insisted we buy the mill. Curious, eh? At least I've a yarn to spin for friends and associates.
Forgive me.
What?
所以他为什么要杀他啊？怎么可以这么像中邪？
Awake at last. You ride like a squirrel caught in a snare. I'd begun to fear they were death throes, that you'd departed.
Sure wasn't pleasant, but it worked.
What did you see?
Delacroix. His death did not come easy. Seems Dettlaff had made friends with him, still killed him, and chopped up his corpse. And he was overcome with fury, remorse, cut off the hand that had committed the murder.
Interesting. And entirely unlike the Dettlaff I know.
傻傻，对啊，我
See
也
anything
是。
else?
Saw a moment. Delacroix did something selfless. Was kind to Dettlaff. Guess it could have been the start of their friendship.
Why the uncertainty?
Nothing extraordinary about it. Normal, everyday situation, really. Visions were supposed to issue from strong emotions.
Clearly, the situation provoked such emotions in Dettlaff. Keep in mind, he did later murder Delacroix.
Killing someone who's grown dear to us, it's bound to elicit strong emotion. Vampires are no different in that regard. Did you see anything else?
There was something. Showed up twice in the vision. A bootblack stand. Dettlaff first met Delacroix there. Went back after the murder, actually.
Peculiar.
Stand was somewhere in the port district. And the bootblack acted as if he knew Dettlaff.
That would be even odder. Perhaps we should have a chat with the lad. Though I would expect no breakthroughs.
It's our only lead. I'll go talk to him. Coming with.
I shall join you later if it's no trouble. I don't yet feel strong enough to venture out.
That's fair. Rest up. Be back as soon as I learn anything.
Hmm. 孩子请认真，玩具积灰尘。啊，我想要解支线了。汤匙之谜。哦，原来这个汤匙的钥匙是一个任务哦。我以为那是刚刚那个地方的锁嘞。这个42，来解一下这个好了。在附近而已。咳了跟手一样耶，好可怕哦！ 奶奶的家。询问智源餐厅老板汤匙的事。哦，这个人在飘哎、欸，哇塞！啊！那个人好猛啊！餐厅之间吗？诶，好像不是。之间。店主。
Our sweet shining sun. Wipe your boots before you take another step. Don't slurp your food. Don't eat with your hands. Don't pick your teeth with your knife. Oh, I'm just jesting. You, sir, clearly were not born in a barn. Welcome to the pheasantry. The best auberge in all the duchy.
Spoon like this. When you set a place, where's it go?
My oh my. It seems rather a fanciful bouillon spoon. Or a key of some sort. There's a note here.
Yeah, note led me here. Any idea what the key might open?
Never seen it before. But you might search the cellars. The previous owner left all sorts of knickknacks there.
哦，直接叫我去他的地窖搜寻。
Eat, drink, and be merry. Thus spake the prophet Lebioda.
不怕我拿走一些有的没的吗？这么放心，那我就不客气了。这是什么？老旧的册子。这是要叛变了的意思吗？锁住了。史米戈路易塞奇斯的食谱。哎，我按错了。最后一页写的不是包克兰炖兔肉，而是几行慌乱写下的字。就是兰姆西斯高僧的传奇工作室。好。任务目标直接要我去搜刮，太佛心了吧！真的，佛心来着。这里，哇塞，这里我要怎么去啊？这里我要怎么去嘞？好远哦！ 达新尼亚风车吗？还是科罗纳塔葡萄园？科罗纳塔葡萄园好了。好想要直接快速旅行哦！
We've seen the big common are culturally threatened by your very means very soon cultural reproduction.
葡萄园。我不知道怎么叫这个。萝卜好帅哦！萝卜穿上这一身，真的很帅耶，帅度爆表。
Slow now.
继续往前走。觉得它的导航有时候都怪怪的。那现在又要我走回头路，到底是干嘛？看有够重，不会啦，萝卜这么耐
Something's
操
not。right.
萝卜累了。
Faster.
哎，哦，到了到了，就是这儿。哦，里面有钱呢。解锁。有没有东西可以捡呢？这里。 就这样。我还以为要打一堆怪，结果就这样。就这样。我还想说，这里应该会很大，应该要打很久。结果就这样。超容易坏的。武器不是才修没多久吗？怎么又坏了？这里有没有路标啊？怎么没有路标啊？好远哦。
Slow now.
哎呦，这里要去包克兰港，这个是主线。等一下，我们去。好，解这个。这是哪里呀？
Whoa.
巫师的支线真的好多哦。早点搞定一个任务也好，是没错了。
Damn it. Slow now. Whoa.
得去宫殿。风跟影真可怜，才不会嘞！找不到第二个比杰洛特更好的，好不好？走回头就找到钱，有吗？走回头就有找到钱吗？没有注意。收起来呀！这小孩在干嘛？嘿。 等一下，等一下啊！好吧。法兰，法兰在哪里？为什么要找法兰？哦，看到了。
Halt, master. A beast lurks in there.
Right. Expected as much, 'cause I...
Shh, quiet before you wake it. Come on, I've camped nearby. We shall talk there.
哦，他的装备很炫耶。
What do they call you? What's your crest?
家辉，怎么突然有种好像武士的感觉？
Geralt of Rivia, crest of the bridge. Hail and well met. Francois Lagaffe, I presume. Your betrothed sent me. See, you've been gone a while, so you've got her worried.
Well, indeed, for Grotore is a most fearsome beast. I must prepare properly for
他
battle.
怪怪的哦。
Takes 2 weeks, that?
I have tarried a bit, true, but the delay is done. My word I gave, thus the beast shall die.
Wouldn't happen to need any help, would you?
I don't know. After all, I did swear a solemn oath to...
Deposit the beast's head at your beloved's feet. No mention of you killing it all by yourself, though.
All in all, I suppose you're right. We must fight side by side then. For honor.
哎呦，干劲突然来了，帮助他打败血妖。是就住在他的营地下面，是不是啊？这是什么？哦，全部拿取，我来看看。亲爱的杰奎特，好久我想了好久好久，现在终于想通了。我要能够配上你，首先必须向自己证明我有能力接受你的芳心。因此，我要告诉你，我已经发下起始的誓言，在我取下至今无人能打败的血妖头颅，放在盘子上送给你之前，我将永远不会休息。请不要试图来找我，只要等待我以最伟大的怪物杀手之姿回来。十分尊敬的法兰，亲爱的法兰，我的爱人啊！距离我上次亲眼见到你的俊秀脸庞已经1个星期了。我知道你还有重要的骑士事务要去忙，但亲爱的，请告诉我你是如何忍受我们分离的痛楚。妈妈每天都问我你什么时候要再来拜访，而且爸爸也说他已经等不及看见你跪下请他同意我们的婚约了。我已经和他解释你有多忙碌，但其实我也满心的期望很快就会看到你在我面前下跪，我就终于可以告诉你我愿意，1000万个愿意。我永远属于你，杰奎特。我的天啊！我觉得有点肉麻，我觉得有点不行。法兰呢？法兰怎么自己跑过去了？人呢？我要怎么下去？法兰，你别死啊，法兰！我还以为他会等我，怎么这么冲动嘞？
Strange. No sign of Grotore.
Perhaps we should turn back? If there's no beast, there's no beast. Damn shame, but we tried.
Not so fast. Let's take a look around.
他是故意的。
Impressive. You'd think you were in a winter garden. 好，铜矿。
是懦夫。如果有这种追求者会怎么对他？我也不知道哎、应该不会有追求者写这种东西吧
？Bones, small skull. Fontanelle's not completely closed. An infant, about a year maybe. Various sundries, clear as day now. Vittori must have taken out its victims. Seems to be off somewhere, probably feeding. Need to lure it.
Very well. To work then. Gods, thy will be done.
懦夫在那边，还不是要靠杰洛特？是哪一个、啊？这个啊？哎，不是这个。他不是叫我阅读吗？还是我之前就读过了？叫什么斯皮梗的？没有啊，想想就肉麻，真的。
Seems the brute is not here. We cannot change this. We must live with it. Desist.
血妖，血妖哦，血妖。血妖是什么分类啊？我到底有没有拿到啊？哎呦，魔法金属炸弹，残物有伊格尼。利用伊格尼点燃植物，引诱血妖出来。是要点燃什么植物？这个。哇，好帅啊！好大只哦！我希望法兰可以争气一点。人呢？在这里。哎呦！法兰，你要死了，法兰！他要领便当了，怎么办？ 哦，有机会，有机会，法兰会活着哦。法兰活了，他没有死。哇，给他拍拍手。
By my troth, the damned brute was sturdy. I'm grateful, Witcher. You aided me greatly.
干嘛不选个没那么可怕的野兽
Why the challenge? Couldn't have gone after something less formidable? A werebub, for instance?
Why? For the beast must match in ferocity the very ardor of my affection and...
You're blushing, Sir Knight.
Oh, it's my betrothed. The thing is, she champs at the pit to get married when we've not known one another but 2 years. So I vowed to slay her. Thought it would buy me time to battle such a beast while it could take months.
Especially at the rate you were going. High time you returned to Beauclair, brave knight.
Nay, nay. The head of this beast is a trap, wholly inadequate to express the love I harbor for my betrothed. The world awaits. To honor her, I shall cut down another, more terrible beast.
世界还在等着我，为了让他引以为傲，要长出另一头更可怕的野兽。要把他赶回去结婚吗？好吧，我自己拿了。
Must have really cold feet. Frozen. Can't say I see it happening, your success. But do what you will, and good luck.
My thanks, Master. To fight at your side was an honor.
回去找法兰的爱人。让我看看杰洛特会怎么跟他解释。倒贴还不灵傻了吧？搞不好人家不缺。看看附近的，在就是这个了。是尼福加德使馆。好了，走走走。
Move it.
嘿。什么无法在此处这么做？
Ah.
不知道杰洛特会不会老实的跟
That's it, Roach.
跟那个女生跟他的未婚妻讲。啊，我要怎么回去啊？这里上去吗？
Run, Roach.
哎，不对啊，我好像是从这边来的
That's，it, Roach.
还是下去？
You are the famed Geralt of Rivia, are you?
是这样走吗？
Where are you skittering off to, Sylvia?
Go, go.
是这样走吗？结果啊，结果啊！
Nearly as nasty as they make him out to be.
Come on, Roach. Hey there.
有够暗，还好啦，还行。
Come on, Roach.
我怎么觉得我好像又走回来了？算了，我还是靠2只脚好了。
Deepest apologies.
Deadly thirsty. Enough to feed the titans.
Ow!
Work doth one ennoble, sloth doth one gratify.
诶，到了到了，他还在等。
It is her grace summoned from the north.
Good news. You're betrothed.
Is my betrothed no more?
What?
He was just here, just departed. Having made a new vow, this time to fetch me a striped horse from
哦，原来
Zerrikania.
他们已经见面啦。
Well, at least he chose something he stands to accomplish on his own. Quite the trek, though.
Precisely. I told him I require no more proof. Let us make haste to the temple. He began hemming and hawing, babbling about honor and whatnot. Ugh. Tell me, Master Witcher, are all men swine?
大半都是这样，不全然。好了，安慰你一下。
Not all. A few exceptions out there.
Perhaps in your distant Rivia. But what care have you for my heart's woes? Your reward, as I found, and advice, should you ever find yourself in major danger.
哇，我45了。
Be truthful with her to save the world some grief.
I was to get a new quad.
卡纳冯的诅咒，逃生特监狱实验，不只是大上，这个好麻烦哦。命运之人，这个也好麻烦啊。跟营地中的商人会面， 算了，先解一下主线好了。找到幻象中的擦鞋工。好，我们用船的。虽然说没有很远，但是我就是懒得走。可是杰洛特没有感受到。
At least the weather's pleasant. Oh!
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or the sun bakes our pates, we've always mud up to our ankles here.
You can't blame me for Beauclair's fickle weather.
Fickle weather! I've seen you. You empty your chamber pot in front of our shop each morn, so folks will dirty their boots, go to you to get them cleaned.
A far-fetched conspiracy theory, sirs.
I'll conspire to welt your bum with my belt. Come here.
Leave him alone.
Just who the spit are you?
我是他爸，我是兽魔猎人，不关你的事，不关你的事。
All you need to know is, long as I'm here, you're not gonna touch the boy.
Is that so? Then we'll come find him once you're gone.
Try it, and I'll find you.
Is that a threat?
Yep. Leave the kid be and piss off.
Oh no. No northern sheep titler insults us. We'll pummel the swine first, then spank the piglet. Get him!
Did I get a piece of you, Grey Groin?
We'll break your
Come on.
Scofflaws and cheats.
哎呦，哎呦！哎呦，我要死了！不行，我要存档，不是，我要读档。我要帅气的把他们打倒。哦哟，好烦哦！
Understood. Come on.
哦哟，我要读档。
Let me think. Listen.
Wait.
But
In this... So then...
one of your patrons.
Arrive?
How much?
Let's say...
What?
Expert? I should...
我可不打算付你钱。
No way you'll tell.
Yes, sir. I know that...
No way.
No.
Don't have the time.
When I click...
It seems
Oh,
I am. Young man, with it. In point.
I leave...
哎呦，
Thank
好，我可以读档了。现在是48分，应该是这个。我原来很好胜，没有哦，是杰洛特就是要赢啊，他不管怎样，他就是要赢，他不可以输。杰洛特就是要帅帅的。
So how would you explain it? Whether it pours for a week or
You can't blame me.
fickle weather?
Well,
I'll just who the...
All you need to know is, long as I'm here, you're not gonna touch the boy.
Is that so? Then we'll come find him
可
once
是
you're
刚刚被
gone.
揍到漏
Try it,
漏
and
气
I'll find
所以我要
you.
读档啊。
Is that a threat?
Yep. Leave the kid be and piss off.
Oh no. No northern sheep diddler insults us. We'll pummel the swine first. Bat move. We'll break your legs, vagrant.
Not good.
A million blighted barrels.
Damn it.
哎呀，
I'll take it from the neck. All together. On three. Blood. Blood. Bat move.
哎，他们是锁血是不是啊？
Lads, charge. Take it for a ride.
Stay together! At least try to!
Did I get a piece of you, Grey Groin?
Damn.
哎呀， 他们锁血，哎，没有了，没有了。刚锁血，打好几拳都没有怎样。
On three. Bat move. Oh.
耶，帅！杰洛特就是要帅。
What's the meaning of this? The brawl? Who started it?
I'm investigating the beast on the Duchess's orders.
Ah, yes. We've heard of you. And these men, what are they doing?
他们在找我麻烦啦、
Obstructing my investigation.
Understood. Right. A few days in the clink ought to teach them not to impede official duchy business. Come on.
我好容易开心，很棒啊！
You're very good with your fists, sir. Wouldn't be looking for work, would you? We'd make a fine duo.
Yeah? How you imagine that working?
Splendidly. That's how. I suggest a partnership, where I see to the boots while you stand guard. And as you're the stronger, come morning you take the chamber pot out and help me make mud.
Bit about the mud's true? They were right to want to box your ears.
I've got to make a living somehow. So, what say you, sir? Partners?
Let me think about it. Listen, I'm interested in a certain gentleman.
Wait, wait! Before we get to talking, please, take a seat.
But my boots are clean.
In this city, no boots are clean unless they just come off my stand. A seat, sir, please. So then, who was it you wanted to ask about?
One of your patrons. Tall, elegant black frock. Not from around here.
An
arrival. Indeed.
有一小笔钱的
Faint
话，
bell ringing.
可以让它用的
Modest
更
sum
彻
might
底。
make it sing out loud and clear.
How much?
Let's say 500 crowns.
What? Gotta be kidding me. What would you even do with that kind of coin?
Expand my venture. I'm sure you can imagine. Have a proper stand with a big sign. I want a new box too. New polishes, new brushes. And if I've enough coin left, I'll buy a share in a launderer's. Get wastewater for free.
哦，野心很
Got
大
it all
哦。
planned out.
I should think so. Capital is all I require.
好吧，看在你
All right.
野心很大的
Let's see
份
if we
上，
can't figure something out.
就给你500块了。
Ah, see? I knew we'd clinch it.
再多是不可能的。
Guess I can agree to that.
1,000 thanks. I shan't forget it. Now to the matter at hand. I know the fellow you seek, though I don't know his name. A steady patron, gets his boots cleaned every few days. He's very good to me. Always pays me a premium.
Know where I might find him?
No, but you could wait here. Perhaps he'll stop by.
Don't have the time for that. Sure you don't know where to find him? Or maybe notice which direction he came from?
When I clean boots, sir, I do not look up to see where folk come from. I clean.
It seems you're having a rough go of it.
Oh, you're here. Feeling better?
I am, thank you. The local necropolis. The air does wonders for me. Now, if I might intercede, I dare say I've the right question to ask. Young man, you see this vial? One drop added to your boot polish will help you wipe even the most encrusted boot clean as the dome of St. Lebioda's Cathedral. With it, you will serve 3 times as many patrons at a fraction of the effort, and piles more coin. I'm prepared to give you this vial if you tell me where the man we seek lives.
But you won't hurt him, will you? The gentleman's art true, but he's kind.
In point of fact, he's a friend. Yet we had a falling out of sorts and would like to straighten matters out.
I leave his boots at the door of a house near the port. The door is red, but I do not know if the gentleman lives there.
Worth checking. Might happen on a lead.
Would you let me scrape the dirt off your kickers before you go? With all due respect, sirs, your boots could stand a cleaning.
Thank you. Perhaps later.
Handled that kid pretty well.
Finding the right approach. That's the trick to dealing with children.
我要先冥想一
Saw
下。
that. Meaning the right thing to bribe them with.
我好土豪，才不会！我有多少钱？好，我没多少钱，我错了。可以啦。
So what's it gonna be?
奇怪，我原本不是有2万多块吗？为什么变那么少？
Red door. One the boot black mentioned.
进入玩具店。
Won't budge. Gotta break it down.
You might just as well stand out in the street, pound on a drum and holler, Detlef, I'm coming for you. A bit more finesse, I implore you.
Let's hear your idea.
Give me a moment.
Nice. Ever considered becoming a burglar? Skill like that'd come in awful handy.
I considered it briefly, but ultimately concluded it would be terribly dull. Come.
Sense him.
No, he's not here, but he was here recently. His scent is still strong.
Let's look around.
生活挥霍，游戏也要？没有啊，我生活没有挥霍，生活没有挥霍，所以游戏里要挥霍一下。强制退租通知。给店主的信。
Old toy. No use to anyone. Shame. Must have brought someone joy sometime.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Somebody fixed this recently. No dust mark. Somebody moved this here recently.
I find these puppets rather disturbing.
Attic. Let's go.
上阁楼。
So this is his nest.
可
Need to look
疑信
around.
件。
Detlef van der Eretain, you do not know us, but we know you to be a vampire. We know also of your weakness for the wench they call Renawed. Now you know this. We shall chain her down and let rats feed on her. We shall flay the skin from her flesh. Yet you can save her. You need but travel to Beauclair, where you shall slay 5 men in the manner we prescribe. You must complete the killing in 3 days. Fail, and the next letter you receive will contain a memento of your failure. Your beloved's finger.
There you have it. Proof positive Detlef killed not of his own accord.
A blackmailer sunk his claws into him.
Any idea what it could be? Detlef have any enemies?
Indeed. Detlef gains foes occasionally, but they never live long.
One might have managed to evade him.
Possible in theory, but I know of none. It would have to be someone devilishly dangerous.
As you well know, having faced Detlef yourself.
Whoever it is someone new.
Who's Renawed?
His one-time lover. The sole human woman with whom he was very close. Because she accepted him. With her aid and care, he found a place for himself in this hostile world. She began the work that I strive to continue.
Ever meet her?
Never had the pleasure, alas. She deserted him a time before he came around to save me,
他抛弃了。
though he always claimed she'd gone missing.
Take it you have your doubts.
I know humans better than he does. Their capacity to be disloyal, dishonest. I also know she took her things. Not something one associates with the kidnapped, or those who disappear against their will.
I'll save you the trouble of asking. No, I don't know why she left. I can, however, hazard a guess that Detlef grew angry one day, showed another, more monstrous side. Detlef's anger could frighten anyone off, though most who see it get no chance to flee.
Detlef have trouble letting go, accepting that she'd left him?
Is that so hard to believe? Do you know no humans who've struggled with just such a thing?
And Detlef is so much more emotional than most humans.
Not only was she his beloved, his lover, his mate, she was a member of his pack. And one never leaves one's pack voluntarily.
Detlef ever try to find her? I mean, if she was that important. Higher vampires have their ways, all kinds. Should have been easy to spy for him.
Geralt, as you rightly noted, we are vampires, not miracle workers. He searched for months on end before giving up. Clearly Renowed knew him all too well. Enough to cover her tracks, leave no way for him to find her.
Even if Renowed did abandon him that time, looks like someone's actually kidnapped her this time.
Hard to argue with that. And hard to foresee what he's prepared to do to free her, get her back.
He's prepared to kill, that's clear.
As would you be for Yennefer. He kills for he cares for her deeply. And that blood, those individuals, they mean nothing to him.
Yeah, I get it now. He's out to rescue a female from his pack.
Exactly.
Right, so someone's blackmailing him. We know that. Still have no idea who. Need to look around some more.
要在寻找线索了。
Nice little trinket.
我不要看玩具，我要拿东西。
Woman's likeness. Bit smudged. That Renowed?
I don't know. As I said, I never met her.
Reminds me of someone.
Who?
Not sure. Can't help feeling I've seen that face before, though.
觉得很面熟。
Tools were used recently. Detloff unwind by fixing toys between murders.
Really now, Geralt, must you?
Nice tune.
Indeed. I'm not certain why, but it reminds me of home. Our true home from before the conjunction of spheres.
迪拉夫的剧情真多，这好像是第2场吧，就是剧情。列出恶兽目标的信件。
Look, slips of paper, name on each. Count Crespi, Count Dulac, Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, Count Delacroix.
Detloff's victims, one and all. But that's not his hand.
Must have come from whoever wrote the letter. All of it written using the same ink. See the color? Ink was dyed with cinnabarite. Rare mineral, pretty much found only in
Nazaire. But I fear it means very little. Anyone could have imported such ink.
Fair enough. Still worth remembering.
Look, this slip is stained.
With wine. Not much to go on either, especially not in Beauclair.
Perhaps. Yet perhaps also worth remembering.
Blackmailer. Kinda curious who it could be.
Why is that?
Regis. Somebody kidnapped a vampire's lover. Bold to begin with. Now they're forcing the vampire to kill. A vampire you yourself insisted no murderer. Blackmailer's skilled. Someone special.
Astute. Now that I think of it, I'm beginning to wonder if...
It's not one of your kind? Another vampire?
Precisely. The plot thickens.
Just a hypothesis. Wouldn't set my heart on it till we know more.
Right you are.
Let's sum up what we know. Seems Detloff's being blackmailed. Someone's been feeding him his victims' names.
All noted down using one and the same Nazari ink. And not in his handwriting.
Not much.
But enough to ascertain Detloff's innocence, clearly.
Actually, it is. Detloff's being manipulated. Some lunatics turned him into a tool, making him kill.
So it would seem. But this illuminates a path of action for us. We must find Renowed, render the blackmail senseless. The lunatic or ticks will thus lose hold on Detloff.
That's one idea. Could be worth a shot. But what about Detloff? He gonna go on killing while I'm out searching for his lover?
He will not. I shall convince him to stay his hand. Assure him you're a friend seeking to help. I'll await him here. He's sure to return sooner or later.
Think he'll listen?
He will.
Ought to wait with you, maybe.
No, he'll sense you from a mile off. Simply fail to appear. I'd better stay alone. You must trust me on this.
Fine. Need to report to the Duchess first.
So be it. We'll await you here. Detlef and I both.
还有46了呢。回去传送。
Damn it! Watch where you step, fool.
升等升好快，对啊，主线剧情经验加比较多，还是我们就都跑主线就好了，支线就不管它了。啊，支线真的是太多了。饥饿游戏为什么有新的任务啊？
Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta!
Your Grace, I have...
都可以啊，看我。好啊。
And what of the funeral?
Geralt of Rivia, Master Witcher.
I was not mistaken. You arrived and trouble followed soon after.
Step aside. Got a matter for the Duchess.
At last, Witcher. We've been on tenterhooks. Did you catch Milton's killer?
这案件越来越复杂。
Case is more serious than we thought. The beast? I couldn't kill it. Didn't manage.
We sent you after a monster, and you returned with nothing? We are very disappointed.
Situation's not quite that simple. Beast's a powerful vampire.
Is this a problem? Is it too much for a witcher? A monster slayer? But everyone knows how to end a vampire. Draw him by trick into sunlight. Or arm yourself with ample garlic and drive a stake through its heart.
Garlic's useless against vampires. Sun and stakes don't hurt him either. Those methods, pure invention. Only work in legends and fables.
怎么会讲？怎么不自己去打？
When I was a child, Grandmama Ademarta always claimed buckthorn drives off vampires.
Silver sword's your best option for keeping them at bay. But it won't get the job done, because only a higher vampire can truly kill another of its kind.
Excuses. Ha! Your Grace, I shall assemble a battue. Bring the matter to its end at once. The Witcher need but tell us where to find this monster.
好啊，就让他们去送死啊！
Go ahead. Send them to their death. Certain death.
To a lone Witcher, perhaps. To 40 of my men-at-arms, but another skirmish.
40, 50, 100? Doesn't matter. Won't make any difference against him.
You have not seen my guards' men in action.
Can they fight fog? Hit a target that moves faster than the wind?
How? What creature can do such things?
Creatures like this one. Higher vampires, we call them. Each one's a little different. Unique or exceptional, you might say. Some transform into giant bats. Others communicate with animals, command them.
Yet all are still brainless beasts.
Dead wrong. Thinking of lesser vampires. Alps, Akamaras, Catacans, for instance. They're ruled by instinct, sure. Attack anything that smells of blood. Higher vampires? They think. They employ reason.
Monsters driven by reason. A curious contention. What, then, do you intend to do?
It's way beyond being some monster. This is a powerful being that's walked the world for centuries.
Yeah, impossible. If so great is their power, why have they not killed or enslaved us all?
Don't usually meddle in our matters. Mostly stay out of our way because they don't care about humans one way or the other.
And they do not fear we shall wipe them out one day.
They'd probably be pretty amused if you asked them that. They're well aware of their strength.
Then what can we do? Do you have a plan?
出嘴巴的光头真的是出一张嘴啊
Try to talk to him. That's our best bet.
I cannot believe this. Her Grace summons a witcher to kill a monster. Instead, he wishes to chat with it. Ha.
Know what I'm doing. His lover was kidnapped. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Be so kind as to explain how a vampire might be blackmailed.
Higher vampires? They're like us, motivated by emotions, not instinct. Not only are they intelligent to an extreme, they're emotionally rich, capable of feeling many things, even love. This one fell in love with a woman, a human, and he'll do anything to keep her from harm.
You do not, I trust, suggest we let Milton's killer go free. Or wait until it murders again. We must render it harmless as quickly as possible.
Which is why that's my aim now, to prevent further attacks. Vampires only half the problem. Blackmailers at fault chiefly. Kidnapped the woman to control the vampire.
And what do you propose to do?
I'll find the blackmailer, free the vampire's lover.
You were to destroy him, not help him.
No one else should die. That's most important. As soon as the woman's safe, he'll have no more reason to kill.
I admit to being swayed, Witcher. You may be right. Do you know anything about the blackmailer?
Got one lead. A few scraps of paper. Blackmailer wrote the names of the vampire's victims on them. One of them stained. A drop of wine, looks like. So damn little to go on.
You've no idea how wrong you are, my dear. Send for the ducal sommelier. Hop, hop! In Tucson, wine is sacred. Here there is no such thing as a drop of wine, or stains therefrom. They are stains from a drop of Estest, Ervelus, Fiorano.
Your Grace wished to see me?
Witcher, show him the paper scrap. Benoit, can you determine which wine made this stain?
Yes, yes. The west bank of the Sarre too. That's rather obvious. Aged in barrels of Beauclair oak. Hue, deep burgundy. Clarity, high. It's simple. Saint-Réal, the 1269 vintage.
That's impossible. The wine is produced at Castel Ravello, especially and exclusively for the ducal table. Perhaps some Saint-Réal was stolen. We must go to the vineyard, see if there's not been an incident.
Saint-Réal. Never heard of it.
It's highly unlikely you've ever had a chance to partake of it. As I said, it is only ever served to the ducal family.
Didn't stop it from ending up on that scrap of paper. Unless your Grace's sommelier is mistaken.
In matters of wine, Benoit is never mistaken. If he says it's Saint-Réal, it is Saint-Réal. We must ride to Castel Ravello at once. Discover what has happened.
我觉得是出一张嘴，虽然比光头好一点，他比光头好很多哦，他有很多资源呢，这样就能认得出来。所以说，猛啊，女爵。
Wait, your Grace wants to go with me? Out of the question.
跟光头不一样。
I hope you do not suppose we will sit on our ducal hiney and do nothing while our duchy is in grave danger.
Your Grace, what you propose is far too dangerous. The Witcher should go alone.
It pleases me to see you gentlemen finally agree on something. But I've made my decision. We shall go, accompanied by the best possible escorts. You, Captain, and Geralt. We will travel incognito. We've no wish to give the court any reason to gossip. For the duration of this mission, I release you from your obligation to adhere to court protocol. In short, from now on, I am Anna Henrietta, not your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace. Witcher, are you ready?
好，走吧。
Yeah, ready to go.
Excellent. Give me a moment. I must don something more appropriate and concealing. Then we will be off.
Mm-hmm. 光头有礼貌，这点给赞。光头有礼貌吗？
Have you ever faced its sort before?
I have.
How did it end? Did you kill it?
Didn't have to fight him. Hadn't killed anyone.
Have you ever heard of anyone defeating such a vampire?
Know of a man who defeated one, sure, but he didn't manage to kill it. Ultimately, only another vampire can kill a vampire.
That's it, Roach.
Hunters have attacked the wagon. We must help.
Whoa,
Stay
there,
back,
Roach.
Your Grace. We shall see to this. Hey, save us!
黑豹，
Thank you, Beast! Begone! Save us!
不做事哎，在那边举着剑，然后呢，什么事情都没做。
Done. Time to move on.
If not for you, we'd have been done
They
for.
were fortunate we
Thank you.
happened by.
You saved our lives.
Hooray!
Faster.
你的事哦，
Tell me more about this vineyard. Castel Ravello.
It's the best in Ortusa. An old master of the winemaking trade runs it. Fabrizio.
He trustworthy?
He's held his post for years. There's never been a problem. Till now. I wish to know your thoughts, Geralt. The Sonreal stain, how did it wind up on the paper? Is someone from the vineyard blackmailing the vampire?
Could be a
对女人
servant.
觉得态度
Could
一
be
定
the
要
steward.
好啊，不然他就
The wine was just
直
stolen
接
from the
死去
estate.
了，好不
We
好
shall know when we arrive. It's not far now.
但是他对杰洛特的态度很差啊。
Slow now. Whoa.
光这点就给他差评了。
Captain de la Tour, we did not expect any visitors from the palace. How are affairs at court?
Doubtless you've heard of the Beast of Beauclair. Well, we've our hands full. Especially since the rogue last attacked in the palace gardens.
I trust Her Illustrious Highness was not harmed.
Kind of you to ask, Master Fabrizio. I am well.
Your Grace? We were not warned. I shall order the salon prepared at once.
That won't be necessary. As you can see, we are not here on an official visit.
Naturally. Might I ask then what has brought you to Castel Ravello?
Came to see you. Got some questions.
In this land, it is seen as polite to introduce oneself before asking any questions.
This is Geralt of Rivia, a witcher. He has come to Toussaint on my personal invitation.
Which is to say...
Which is to say, I expect you to treat him with the utmost respect.
Of course, Your Grace.
Did you hear that, Witcher? Fabricio will be delighted to answer your every question.
Want to talk about Saint-Réal?
I am at your service.
The Saint-Réal. How many vineyard workers have access to it?
One might say only I do.
Not like you make the wine all alone.
打个问号。
At least a dozen others work here.
I see you've little notion how wine is made. Grapes travel a long road before they become Saint-Réal. The workers assist me only to the stage of fermentation. I see to the maceration personally and let no one near the fat. Workers, again, assist me during barreling, but then I seal the aging barrels myself, each and every one. The wine lies in the cellar, gains character. Once this process is complete, it becomes Saint-Réal. And as it happens, only I have the key to the cellar in question.
Who hauls the barrels to the palace?
We've our own garrison. Guards who have served here for years and would answer with their heads for the wine.
We'll not get anywhere asking questions, I see. It's a waste of time.
Your Grace, how am I to understand this?
Master Fabricio, we have proof someone's gained access to Saint-Réal. Someone who should not have, which means one of two things. Either you lie to our face, or you are an idiot who has had wine stolen from under his nose and not even realized it. In either case, you shall answer for it.
But...
Silence! And listen. I shall inspect the barrels in person, thus giving you time to reflect. When I return, I expect to hear answers. Remind me, where is the Saint-Réal stored?
In the main cellar, around the corner. I'll show you.
I shall find it. Give me the key to the cellar and wait here.
Oh, of course, Your Grace. Here it is.
Come, Witcher.
很有威严呢。怎么学你之前那样？
We shall wait here, Master
好
Fabricio.
爽啊！
What if Fabricio's blackmailing the vampire? Considered that?
He has his flaws, but I would never suspect him of such a thing. He's been very loyal. He owes all he has to me. His father frittered away the family fortune. He left his son an encyclopedic knowledge of wine. That is all. Fabricio lived as a beggar until I appointed him steward of Castel Ravello. Only then did he come into his own.
怎么忍心这样对你？可以的。
So where do we start?
Let us see if all the barrels are present. Here's the inventory ledger.
Vintner's log. Fermentation completed with no complications. Tapped above sediment line. Here it is. Barreling. Everything lines up at first glance. Neatly and thoroughly documented.
Then we must follow our other lead. Benoit said the stain came from the 1269 vintage. Let's find it.
找出1269年份的桑格列。 佛露斯。
Ervelous. I like it. Quite dry.
An excellent wine. You've good taste.
东之东1269，怎么这里都是1269哦
Think everyone and their mother's heard of this wine.
Among the best in the world. Castel Ravello is famous for it.
菲欧拉诺。
Fiorano. Dandelion's favorite. Adores it.
Ah, yes. That sophisticated palate of his.
波米诺。
Got Pomino over here.
Mm. 差一年。
San Real. 1270 vintage.
That's the wrong year. Keep looking.
San Real. Barrels are dated 1268.
Close, but not quite the right year.
Right here. 1269. What now?
Let's see if any barrels are empty.
Wanna open them?
For now, a knock will suffice. If you hear a hollow thud, we will have found what we seek.
敲打。
Full.
扣扣扣。
Full.
Full.
扣扣扣。 这也是扣扣扣。
Full.
这也是扣扣扣。 都是扣扣扣啊。
Looks like all the barrels are full. Dead end, I'm afraid.
Full they are. The question is, are they full of San Real? Grab a tap and a hammer. We shall open them one by one and taste.
Ready. We can start.
只好继续攻击了。拿光其他酒，棒棒的。这样我就可以卖东西了。
Ready.
Step aside.
快喝啊！
So?
Those hints of spice. Distinctive. This is San Real.
哎，杰洛特也会喝哎。哦，没有，他负责把它敲进去而已。杰洛特没这个福分可以喝。哎，找到了吗？
Revolting, bitter plonk.
Could have gone sour while aging.
Impossible. This is not wine. This is contaminated refuse that should never have made it into a barrel. The fact that it did was no accident, I'm sure.
Master Fabricio. Let's see what he has to say about it.
工具人真的
Master Fabrizio, I am very disappointed.
But Your Grace,
You are a step away from losing your head. Speak the truth and you might yet keep it.
I admit it. I sold a barrel of Sonreal. I beg you to forgive me.
Why did you do it?
I couldn't resist. The sum they offered, it was enormous. I gave in.
Is what I provide not enough?
I wished to buy back my family's estate. For here, nothing is truly mine. I've a roof over my head, ample food to eat, but what is a nobleman without land of his own? I shall tell you everything, if you agree to show me mercy.
Who'd you sell the wine to?
A few weeks past at the pheasantry, a rich nobleman approached me. He called himself a diplomat, well connected at court. He suggested we embark on an enterprise. Some of his clients had offered dizzying sums for even a drop of Sonreal. He was to serve as intermediary.
This man's name?
He never revealed it. He was tall, black-haired, and spoke with a foreign lilt. He claimed to hail from Sintra.
I've no Sintrin aristocrat at court.
Really thought nobody'd find out.
I was a fool, very foolish. I beg you, Your Grace, you must forgive me.
Wine itself, how'd you hand it over?
We met under the cover of darkness in the ruins of Fort Astre. A dozen or so men came to collect. Armed men, the kind that stink of trouble. I had hauled the barrel there. They transferred it to their cart, and we went our separate ways.
That's it? That the last you ever saw of them?
That is to say, a few days passed. A messenger arrived. He said they wished to buy another barrel and, well, I've prepared it. Have it ready to deliver.
That's enough. Know all we need to know.
Your Grace, I beg your forgiveness.
Get out of my sight. Captain, have your men take Master Fabrizio to the dungeon. He must answer for his crime. High treason the charge. What now, Witcher?
We set a trap. Need to catch the wine thieves. Cintrian Noble could be our blackmailer. Next, transport. I'll take it to Fort Astra. Damien and his soldiers will cover me.
For once, I agree with you. We will do as you say. Let me know when you are ready.
好像世间情，乡土剧8点档。
Let's get going.
We will set out now. Position ourselves before you arrive. You take the cart and meet us there.
Fine. When the handoff begins, watch for my signal.
favorite vintner.
It's not him.
帅哦！第一次觉得光头这么帅。强盗！他怎么这么会打？怎么这么多啊？怎么还有啊？哎呦！怎么还有？打不完呢。
Is it just me, or did we agree you'd wait for my signal?
That was the plan, but...
Great shot. Good thing you reacted. Can't say how that would have ended otherwise.
At your service. It was a good fight. We managed to capture one of the scoundrels.
Let's ask him a few questions. Come on.
Witcher, a moment. I was wrong about you.
Don't need to like each other. Just gotta do our jobs.
If that's how you wish to treat it. At any rate, I see the effort you put forth. And I appreciate it.
杰洛特傲
Let
娇。
us go to her grace. She awaits nearby.
Wait, she here?
I hope you did not think I would leave this to you alone, especially when every hour could prove essential. This prisoner of yours, bring him to me. We must ask him some questions.
感觉无论会在铺上看到我说很热或好无聊，10之8九会看到吧。
Captain, do the honors.
Who sent you?
His name is Dog. They say he plowed your mother.
Once again, who sent you?
Your nun's lover. They call it...
Wait. If he doesn't wish to speak, he needn't. I can think of several other ways he can be helpful. I'm certain the Witcher will need bait to lure the beast of Beauclair.
What?
Usually only take measures like that as a last resort, but in this case, think I can make an exception.
Do as you deem fit. He is all yours.
Captain, have your men find me a strong rope. Kind that won't snap when we hang this fellow from a tree.
Rope?
Live bait. Great for monsters, provided they catch the scent of its blood. But I'll see to that.
What? No. Crikey, no! Don't let him!
Stop screaming. Save your strength. Got a long night ahead of you.
No! Don't let him! I'll talk!
Barrels. Where were you gonna take them?
I don't know.
Captain, need that rope after all.
I truly don't know. Hornet's the leader, only he ever knew where to go. But he lies over there, dead. That one. The first barrel went to a warehouse at the port, but where this one was bound, I don't know. I speak true. You must believe me.
Who hired you?
He'll kill me.
Ought to be worried about me right now. Who is he?
Go on, man. Spit it out.
The Cintrian. That is what they call him. I've never seen him, but I know he mustered the men for his caper. That's what they said, that we were working for the Cintrian. I don't know anything else. I swear it.
Take him away. Throw him in the dungeon. He shall await trial there. Captain, we ride to town. Gather your men and seek out the Cintrian. Someone else must have seen him, must know of him.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll report to the palace as soon as I learn anything.
I shan't return to the palace. Our mission has not yet ended. The Witcher and I will await you at the guard post near the port.
Let's go to town. Relax, he'll come.
There's something I'd like to know. How can you be so damned calm?
Side effect of my mutations. We Witchers rarely get the jitters.
What if something has happened to him?
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
这不是第一次。
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours, and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
又要面具。
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
他又要去了。
In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville in Mountebank Alley.
见识差着感觉同胞有个船，怕当诱饵，以为队长要便当了。哦，还要穿上适合晚会的礼服，怎么这么麻烦？
Be cautious. Guard her grace closely.
我可以就穿这样就好吗？ 哦。 我礼服是不是摆在家啊？
The Cintrian, but we'll get it.
算了算了，直接去找安娜啦，看她会说什么。如果她说不行的话，再说，再回家拿。
How long you gonna make me wait?
You done for, murderer!
We'll teach you discipline. We'll teach you discipline. Now, all together.
哇，守卫会帮我打哎。
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
送我猎人的悬赏委托。你好没品味，有可能，也有可能他就会直接叫我去买一套之类的。
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh, dreadful.
Ah, don't push.
哎呀！
Nice tune. Late. Why is that not surprising me?
一段时间过后，一段时间直接到晚上。太他妈久了吧！哇，怎么这么像特丽斯啊
Oh, Geralt, Geralt. I knew I should have taken you to the palace, handed you over to my tailor. Whatever are you wearing?
Sorry, didn't have time to change.
Luckily, I prepared for just such an eventuality.
有有新衣
Don this
服，
doublet. Its cut is all the rage these days.
这剪裁现在可流行的呢。来看看长什么样子。
Not all bad. Nothing like a budding
上半
artist,
身
of
还
course,
行
but
呢，下半身不是
just one
很好
other
看
detail.
哦。
Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who
不
you
是
are.
没时间，是根本没换，懒得换。
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they imagine it oh so very romantic and mysterious. The truth is far simpler. This way, no one can tell which drunken aristocrats are pinching the performers.
Let's go. Soiree's started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution.
杰洛的胡
Come,
子好
it's
长。
our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, a singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. You would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belont.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
加班啊！面具真丑，我觉得好看的就只有他戴的吧，他戴的这个就还蛮好看的，这白色的这个。我们是工具人啊，不需要太好看的面具。参加晚会的娱乐活动。
Show us the artist in you. Make force, cast them at the canvas.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
怎么用？
You are another art?
Silence, the artist must focus.
丢油漆。释放内心艺术气息。随便拿。
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different. Fine, good sirs, noble ladies. It feels real.
可是女爵不好看，会吗？我觉得她很正哎。然后嘞，不是要泼吗？泼啊！为什么没有泼？怎么就这样而已？好无聊啊！指甲油贵吗？就200多块啊，然后我买了好几罐，我买了1000块。
Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful
锻炼过我
resistance.
的酒量，好老？不会吧？我觉得挺正的。这在干嘛？这可以干嘛？默剧演员。哦，拉。哇，杰洛特也是默剧演员呢。我要再继续玩。
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
As for that stipend,
Aren't they even? Because the right cup seems somewhat higher to me.
It's fine. Relax. Master Hoover is a generous patron.
How beautiful. Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Let's give it a
That
try.
is no ordinary illusion. Never suspected you believed in such things.
在隔间中找寻头发插着一朵科维尔兰花的女人，比广告颜料还贵。废话，因为指甲油是广告颜料啊。换发色衣服就是，脸还是有稍微微调一下吧。不过都很正啊，除了老婆婆之外。台剧剧本片段，婚语的少魔恋人。这是谁啊？艺术赞作者。
Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde. It's all about two things. Caught pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmeffant-garde. It's all about two things.
Eh? 找到了。
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
颜色差不多，差很多吧？它的成分哪里一样的？没有我正这样可以吧？这样好像有点太超过了。一定要特写鼻孔吗？不要只看人家的鼻孔好不好
To meet me? But why?
Centurion Noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Centurion Noble. Ah, you must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
被赶走了。搜索饮料桌。
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Synthrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
味道呢？在这里。哎，情书。
Love letter penned on a napkin. Look.
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my... Let's not waste time.
Fist tag. Artist's way.
用来麻木存在的痛苦。
I do not even wish to comment.
他的皮质就很突出。刚才看到他裸上半身，反应太慢了。他都说他只画裸体画了。哦，绕一整圈呢。
But what if he doesn't come?
He'll definitely.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
去洗澡，好，
Of
去吧。
course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for
灯光暗暗
Cecilia
的，不明
Bellant.
显。
Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
会不会坏了人家的好事啊？就这样子闯进去，有没有东西可以拿？只有植物可以拿，可是我不想拿植物，植物没什么屁用。锁住了。哎，这间可以，不行，锁住了。哦，
Must be Cecilia.
被杀了，可怜
No
啊！
pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
这是在放飞自
You
我
must
之类
find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
放飞到连命都没有了。
Killed her, then went out on the balcony. Bloody handprint. It's his. Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder.
爬梯子，哦，在这里。
Could still be here. Need to stay alert.
我先拿个东西啊。
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it hard, then sank to the floor. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came from this. Must have tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewelry box. Locks busted. Picked open, probably. Sconce is bent. Smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room.
装饰漂亮的猎刀。
Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
他怎么模组长得特别不一样？
But I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because I'm a woman, in a frock rather than plate. I can take care of myself, I assure you. A hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective as a blade.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
Oh.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Centurion must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
旁边黑黑的一圈是什么？不就是眼影跟眼线吗？
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
惊呆你了，原来长这样。应该有看过吧
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Sonreal and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether. My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft, was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys. But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
想说那么像黑眼圈真的好看吗？啊，我觉得很好看耶。我觉得这样子会让眼睛看起来很深邃。安娜、喜安娜、欧丽安娜，第4个安娜，一定有。
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was cursed.
Parents run afoul of some mage?
No. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since. Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Duntine, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape, or form. You must make sure of that.
Can't guarantee her safety, unfortunately. Especially if she's one of those responsible for these crimes.
Witcher, that was not a request.
Oh, 是谁啊?
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlef van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire. We are lending our combined resources to the
终于出现了.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
他该不会也是吸血鬼
Witcher,
吧?
I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are friends.
Seem surprised. Why?
I never would have suspected Regis to find common ground with a Witcher.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might a monster wish to apologize to a Witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
直接讲出来.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go. Wanna help Regis? Know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
深邃不太懂，就是像外国人的眼睛啊的
An
感觉
exceptional
啊。
conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a Witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detlef here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detlef believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore. That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renner.
女爵到底是要做还是要看要战？她可是女爵耶，她要做还是要战？随便她嘛。
Oriana, she really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in... I can't begin to tell you in how long. But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
改天吧。
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
又是小鸟。
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Dettlaff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got away with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Dettlaff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Dettlaff. Good luck, my friend.
要单枪匹马了。
Splendidly, Dettlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this 2nd bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out? You have exceptional friends. This Dettlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. But I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Mm-hmm. Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen will support you. You will meet them at Count de la Croix's mill. It stands along the Saône-Retour River, near the Cockatrice Inn. Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
不得不接受。结束了，今天先到这好了，10点半了，我不行了，我要休息了，我要睡觉了。剩下的有机会再破了，先存档。这次任务特别久，对啊，真不愧是第2.9的剧情。哦哟，48等，真的做一个任务就升1等哎，好爽啊！我决定我就直接主线了，我支线先不理他了，赶快把巫师3破完，想要玩别的游戏了。好了。这个应该下礼拜再找时间玩吧。是明天吗？对，明天又是玩人王了，继续弄，继续死。好了，开到这啦，晚安喽，拜拜。